polling shows that some black men, particularly young black men, are considering voting for Donald Trump, and they see him as better for the economy.
I don't think he's gonna pull his shoe.
That was my phone.
The future is here. It's going to be very, very exciting. Today, we got some awesome news. Look at this. The collapse is upon us. I want to rip through some polling here real quickly. The collapse is upon us. We've been telling you right now. There's real clear politics. Here we go. You have, obviously, Joe Biden gets destroyed. Donald Trump ends his political career. There goes Biden. Now, here comes Kamala, all right? And Kamala gets this massive diabetic type 2 sugar high, and now the amputations are occurring, okay? So now that the sugar high has worn off, it's time to take off an arm and a leg, gangrenous arm and leg, because Kamala Harris is now officially in the collapse mode. Look at that. Oh, baby. It's happening. Look at this. New swing state polling from McLaughlin, one of the best pollsters in the world, McLaughlin. This is, by the way, and very important here, the size of these polls really do matter. This is nearly 6,000 people getting polled here from McLaughlin. Check it. Donald Trump winning every single swing state in this massive live voter poll. Donald Trump winning every single swing state. And these are the people that can be polled. You ain't never seen a map looking like this. You ain't never seen it. Not with Hillary Clinton, not with Joe Biden. You've never seen Trump do this 25 days out from an election. Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Carolina. All Trump needs is 3. All Trump needs is 3. And he's winning all 7. And what does this indicate? And I want to take a second and preface all of this and couch it all, I think, correctly in the magnificence of what's actually happening here with Donald Trump and his polling. Donald Trump voters are low propensity voters. These are people that are historically incredibly hard to poll. These are people that don't like answering questions about polls. These are people, when we go out and do our man on the streets, that look at us and wink and nod. They pick up the phone. These people pick up the phone and they say, hey, I'm a pollster from CNN or McLaughlin. Those people don't answer those questions. So it's really hard to poll Trump voters because there is a undercurrent of tens of millions of Trump voters around the country that really just can't be reached by pollsters. The people who typically pick up polls are older Americans, Americans that are set in their ways or already planned on voting for Trump 2 years ago, right? These are people that have not, that are answering the call when the national pollster picks up and says, hi, it's the New York Times Siena College. The typical Trump voter is the construction worker who's going to hang up on CNN, who's going to hang up on the New York Times, who's going to say, McLaughlin, what? Bam. Sounds like an Irish pub. Bam. Done. These are your tip. It's really hard to actually. So it's every single one of these polls is understating President Trump's support in the swing states by probably 3 or 4 points. Donald Trump is probably 5 to 10 points ahead of Kamala Harris in every swing state, according to this McLaughlin poll, and is doing better than he did against Joe Biden. And this is so funny. We've had this interesting little week with Joe Biden where Joe Biden has been backstabbing Kamala Harris every single time he gets the chance. He's been taking swipes at her, clearly vindictive. He's been bigfooting her when Kamala Harris has a big event. And we'll cover Kamala Harris's town hall last night. When she has a big event, Joe Biden will suddenly just walk out into the briefing room. It's gotta be one of the most villainous, Machiavellian, vindictive things I've seen in all politics. Joe Biden has not appeared with Kamala Harris on the campaign trail. Kamala Harris has banned Joe Biden from appearing with her. Instead, they're trotting out the Clintons and Obama. The Clintons and Obama, of course, the ones running all of this, they're saying, shut up, Kamala. They're not going to allow her to speak anymore. The time for Kamala Harris to have spoken is done. She is now going to be burdened by what has been. That's it. Because they're seeing these numbers. They're looking at these numbers and they're saying, holy Moses. These numbers plus the 20 million Trump voters that refuse to ever be polled means that we're finished. I can prove it to you, by the way. I can prove it to you. These people are looking weary and broken. Quick run through the polling here. Trump is ahead of Harris in all 7 battleground states. Who said this? One of the last things they did before they did a Godfather-style ending to Joe Biden, right? Just brought him out fishing in the old fishing boat. One of the last things Joe Biden ever said during the NATO summit, ALX will remember it well, during the last time they let Joe Biden as resident get trotted out and answer questions, was, I haven't seen any polling that shows that Kamala Harris would do better than me. I'm doing better than Kamala Harris would do. And Joe Biden has been proven right. Joe Biden resigned 2 days later. 48 hours after he said that thing, after he said that, Joe Biden resigned. And now who was right? Who was right? I'm telling you what, Joe Biden would never be down in Michigan by these numbers. I don't think Joe Biden would have won. I think Joe Biden would have got clobbered. But Joe Biden would not have been down in North Carolina and in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin by these numbers. Joe Biden would have gotten the endorsement of the Teamsters Union. Check it out, baby. This is just nuts. Donald Trump up 3, 4, 5 points in Georgia and in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania numbers are nuts, but the way the Pennsylvania goes, like so goes the entire election. Look at this. All recent Pennsylvania polls, Donald Trump wins. All polls. These are far left-wing polls. These are right-wing polls. These are centrist polls. Donald Trump wins. Every single Pennsylvania poll. Some of them have Trump up by 2 and by 3. And then you have to fold in there, how are you going to reach an Amish person on the phone? Give me that Amish person driving with the Trump flag. Can you get me that? Pop that up. Load it. Pop it up. Give me that Amish carriage going with the Trump flag. How are you going to poll a person with no electricity? Exactly. Can you explain that to me? There are hundreds of thousands, millions of Amish population across the country. How are you going to poll those people exactly? Let me tell you what. Those people are voting for Donald Trump. Give me that with Bryson Gray rap song. How are you going to do it? So this is in Pennsylvania. If Donald Trump's showing that he's winning in every single Pennsylvania poll, how exactly are you going to make up that gap? Barack Obama was in Pennsylvania yesterday. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, go. Come on.
Hey, yeah. Donald Trump is your president, and if you like it or not, keep the energy you had with Barack, because you know this Trump train don't stop. We in the same.
How are you going to pull that? Amazing. Yeah. Are you going to have to, you're going to have to, get some apples? Get a barrel of apples for the horses so you can talk? The guy's driving. Man, this is amazing. Maybe this is what Elon should have unveiled as his steering wheel, less driverless vehicles. Maybe Elon, return to tradition, dude. It's just an absolute nightmare. It's just wild. By the way, I can't play that clip too much. Tim Walz gets too excited. Can't play the Amish and the horse-drawn buggies. Tim Walz gets totally distracted, goes running. Come back here. Come back here. You know, Tim Walz said that he's sleeping with Kamala Harris this week. Do you know that? He said that. He said, I'm going to wake up next to Madame President on Election Day. Super creepy. If we don't have that in the script, let's load it, just along with all the other bungling, idiotic nonsense from this week. Okay, here we go. Wisconsin, Donald Trump up. Wisconsin. Michigan, Donald Trump up. Boom. Pennsylvania, Donald Trump up. We got it, baby. And this also has some wild news here. Rasmussen, general election. What on earth? What is going on? Donald Trump's going to win the popular vote? Yo, Trump's going to win the popular vote? You know, the chances of Kamala Harris winning if Donald Trump wins the popular vote is 0. 97.7% chance if Donald Trump wins the popular vote of Kamala Harris winning. Look at you, boy. Look at him go. He's up 11 points in the smart money markets. This is now flipped Pennsylvania. And in other news, Donald Trump has flipped Nevada, according to Real Clear Politics. Here's what's important about polls like this, is that Real Clear Politics just puts all of the polls in total aggregate. And so you have the aggregate polling here. You're talking about 10 to 20 different polls that are being factored in per swing state. And so now Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Nevada, 302 electoral votes. You're talking 2016 all over again. Battlegrounds, flipping Trump. Dude, this is just to motivate you. It's to motivate you to say we are on the winning side. We've been predicting Kamala collapse, and now the corporate media has turned on Kamala Harris. And this is a nice little salvo from Axios here into the nightmare that is the Kamala Harris campaign. Look at this barb that I think is so very, very interesting. This barb is particularly special. Kamala Harris is losing in spite of the fact that she's getting this glowing media coverage, it says here. In spite of the fact, Pennsylvania is arguably the most important state of the map. Harris, tell us who wins Pennsylvania, and you can tell who's likely to be president-elect. Harris plans to spend $350 million in Pennsylvania, but she's not going to be able to do what Trump did in Butler. There's a growing worry among Democrats that Harris seems stuck, even sliding a bit after a strong start to young presidential campaign. Her media blitz, heavy spending, and largely favorable coverage don't seem to be moving the needle. That is the stab in the back of all stabs in the back for Kamala Harris. Largely favorable coverage. Okay.